Stupid people like Renee Good, who also didn't listen to federal agents' multiple instructions and then used her car as a weapon against that ICE agent, and it got her shot. And I love the left's response, oh, ICE needs body cameras. That's a great idea. In fact, that's what exonerated the dude who shot Renee Good. Well, it was actually his iPhone because they didn't have body cams. Oh, you want to know why? Because Democrats withheld funding for like over 6 months. They couldn't get them. And it takes time for the government to purchase things, which they did, but then now they need to train and distribute them, delayed by Democrats. These little Democrat funding games affected not only ICE, but all of DHS. Remember, if you had to fly anywhere, I remember this, 4-mile lines, like any airport in America. Yeah, that's really good for safety because Democrats didn't like ICE. By the way, ICE was completely funded this whole time by another bill. You can do this anytime they cut funding for literally anything. What's the first thing cut? Oh, that's right, training. And for new things like body cameras or tactics. I have been for body cams since day one, for all of law enforcement. You want to know why?
I know that body cameras exonerate officers almost 90% of the time. I want the American people to see what that ICE agent sees.
Turns out that 90% or more of the time, cops, agents, whatever, they're actually the good guys, and there are countless studies to back this up. Chicago did one of these from 2021, showed that body cams actually help substantiate and convict more of the same people complaining that cops were the bad guys. It also lowered the number of complaints made because people realized they just couldn't make stuff up anymore. Rialto, California study showed a dramatic reduction in complaints against officers with no known change of police tactics because, again, people couldn't just lie about stuff. The International Association of Chiefs and Police found the same thing that Tom Homan mentioned, that 96% of complaints in body cam footage exonerates the police officer, not incriminate them. So you know what no study with body cams has ever found, because we know about it because they would sing it from the hilltops, but they never ever found that there was some wild institutional basis or misconduct or systemic racism. It did show that people being pursued or detained are far more often at fault for doing stupid things that get them shot. Here's the thing. I just really don't understand this part, though. Where are all the people from the left, for all these people being pursued? Like, I thought they were about safety. So maybe you want to encourage them to stop and comply. Like, if you really cared about people, which they claim to care very deeply about these illegals, more even so than American citizens. What about the actual people who are trying to actually protect the homeland, like Homan said today?
Guys, ICE agents are mom and dads too. They don't hang their heart on a hook every day to do this job. And it's just not attack on the ICE agents, it's attack on their spouses and children, and no one knows that better than me. I can't even go get a quart of milk at a grocery store without a security detail. Why? Because I'm enforcing laws in this country. It's pathetic and it's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, their job doesn't have to be that hard. Like, when I get pulled over, I don't try to run the agent over. I generally, keep my hands where they can see them. I calmly address the officer, yes, sir, no, ma'am. Inform him or her that, I'm carrying a loaded firearm, and poof, it's almost like magic, actually, that I don't get shot. I know it's weird, right? But if I think I'm not guilty of whatever he pulled me over for, I just go to court and argue. Yes, it sucks and it takes up a day of my time, but I'm not going to shoot it out with a cop on the street. Like, hey, I'm on the Boston Post Road. Let me pull my... No. What did the left say about Trump, though, when he was going through all his legal garbage? Oh, that's right. They said, just let the process play out. This is the process. You have to go through it. So why shouldn't that apply to illegals? It applied to the president. When they raided Mar-a-Lago, FBI agents were authorized lethal force. Imagine if Trump had been like, yeah, no, I'm just going to get in my limo and drive off. Maybe hit an FBI agent on the way out. Deranged leftists can keep firebombing buildings, but nothing's going to change the policy here. It only makes them double that. Nothing's going to change the reality that illegals got to go. This is the type of stuff that makes the base want it even more. So support your local ICE raids.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.